What's up, guys? My name is Brock. You're watching The Modest Man, and today I'm going to show you my desk. Now, I've added and removed things from my workspace over the years, and I usually come back to a less is more setup. So no extra keyboard, no extra peripherals, just kind of a clean, minimal workspace. I actually don't even have a desk chair anymore. I'll get to that later. But it's a simple workspace that's optimized for creating videos and writing and editing, podcasting. So I'm excited to show you my setup. Before we get into it, a quick word from today's video sponsor. This video is sponsored by Oxygen, a fresh new banking platform focused on smart financial management and flexibility. Personal finance is a challenge for most people, but especially millennials and younger people who just weren't taught how to manage their money. You know, for some reason in high school, we're taught trigonometry, but we're not taught basic personal finance. Which credit card is best for you? Is your money safe where it is right now? How do you track your spending? This stuff is important, and it gets even more complicated when, like me, you're self-employed, freelancing, or working on a side hustle. Oxygen is helping people like this with a banking platform that lets you do it all. For example, your Oxygen card gets up to 7% cash back at places like Trader Joe's and $1 back for food and drink purchases. This debit card also lets you take cash from more than 55,000 ATMs with no fees. I don't know about you, but I'd be okay with never paying another ATM fee in my life. Plus, after banking with Oxygen for 90 days, you can apply for a line of credit. The Oxygen app is beautifully designed to help you understand your spending, your upcoming bills, and your expected income. To me, this kind of modern banking platform is really a breath of fresh air. If you want to check it out, click the link down below in the description. And again, big thank you to Oxygen for supporting my work here at The Modest Man by sponsoring this video. All right, let's start off with the star of the show, the desk. This is the Jarvis standing desk by a company called Fully. It's the smaller version, so it's 42 inches by 27 inches. The top is a light bamboo wood. It's got a white metal frame, and it's height adjustable. It's electronic, so you can adjust it very easily, and it has a memory bank built in, so you can get it to a specific height with just one push of a button. I opted for the smaller version because I wanted something that could fit in any space, and I'm glad I did because now I live in this tiny studio, and it fits perfectly in this spot. The size of the desk has never felt too small for me. I can't imagine needing any more surface area to do the type of work that I do. I love the light wood and white combo. It's got that Scandinavian minimalist vibe. It goes with pretty much any room and color scheme. I only have two heights saved to the memory bank, one for standing and one for sitting. I try to stand for most of the day, but I do sit down occasionally, and when I do, I just borrow the stool from my keyboard. So the stool does double duty, and it saves space, and it also keeps me standing, because when I had a really comfortable chair, I found that I would end up sitting for most of the day. And by the way, I don't think you should stand up all day, but I do think it's good to mix it up. I really love this desk. It's one of those purchases where I just had zero regrets, zero buyer's remorse. It's probably one of the best purchases, one of the best upgrades to my workspace that I've made over the past few years. Of course, I will link to this desk and everything else that I talk about in this video down below in the description. Next up, we have my laptop. This is the 13-inch MacBook Pro 2016 model, so it's the first one with the touch bar and the USB-C ports. I've had bigger MacBooks, and I gotta say I really like the 13-inch size. It's super portable, fits in any bag, and it's lighter weight than the bigger versions. Now the touch bar, honestly, it sucks. The touch bar, I don't know why they keep pushing this. It's a downgrade as far as I'm concerned from the physical buttons. I do like the fingerprint sensor. That comes in very handy. I use it all the time. But the actual touch bar, I really don't use it other than to adjust like volume and brightness, and I think physical buttons work better for that sort of thing, so I kind of wish they would just do away with the touch bar. Other than that though, it's a great computer, especially for my line of work. I love the USB-C ports. It has 4 of them. I know people complain about having to use adapters and dongles. I only use 2, one for an SD card and then one to convert to other types of USB, like the old USB. and honestly, I don't really find it to be that much of a hassle. It's just a great laptop. Of course, for video editing and stuff like that, you do need a bigger screen, and that brings us to this monitor. It's the LG 4K ultra-fine display. So it's made by LG for Apple, and so it integrates really nicely with Apple computers. It connects via one of the USB-C ports. It also powers your computer at the same time, and it just works really well. It's kind of a no-frills display, but it looks great. The color's really good. It does have a speaker built in, which isn't great. The speakers on my laptop are better. It doesn't have a camera. I kind of wish it did, but the laptop has an HD FaceTime camera built in, so not a big deal. Yeah, it's a really nice monitor, big enough for what I do, although I could understand if you wanted something bigger. I'll eventually upgrade, but this has been a great monitor. I keep the monitor on an arm for adjustability. I got this arm when I got the desk, so it's from Fully. It's probably not the most affordable arm. You can find these on Amazon for a lot cheaper, but this one is very heavy duty and durable, and it doesn't like shake or anything when I'm typing. It's totally adjustable. It goes up and down, backwards and forwards. It tilts front and back, side to side, and you can even rotate it 90 degrees for a vertical orientation if you prefer that. It also has nice cable management built right into the arm, so you can get that nice, clean, cable-free look. It's been really handy over the years, especially since sometimes I'll record top down on the desk, so I have the entire surface area of the desk. I also will use this monitor as a video monitor as I'm recording, so I'll hook the Panasonic GH5, which I'm recording on now, up to the computer with USB-C, and then use the monitor as a video monitor, so I can kind of position it near the camera so I can see myself. Speaking of adjustability, next up we have my microphone. And this is the newest addition to my desk setup. I used to use this pretty high-end large diaphragm condenser mic from Neumann, but it's more fragile and it's heavier and it's harder to mount on an adjustable arm. And to be honest, that kind of mic is way overkill for what I do. It's like voiceover and podcasting. So I decided to try out an entry-level microphone. This is the ATR 2100, super popular, very affordable. And this one you can actually use as USB or with an XLR cable if you want to use an audio interface. For simplicity, I'm just using it with USB. It goes right into the back of the monitor, into one of the USB-C ports, and it sounds great. I actually really like the audio quality of a dynamic mic, especially for this sort of thing. This mic is on an articulating arm from Blue. I got this one from Amazon, also pretty affordable, and it has nice cable management built in. And this arm just makes it really easy to kind of pull the mic wherever I need it, if I'm doing a podcast or doing a voiceover or a video like this. And then when I'm not using it, I can just kind of store it off to the side. So really love the adjustability and the customization that you can get when you have your monitor and your microphone on these articulating arms. I also have a couple of hard drives back on the desk. One is for video editing. It's my external Final Cut library, and then the other one is my Time Machine backup. Under the desk, I've got this box that hides a power strip and organizes all the cables that plug into it. Just kind of helps keep things clean. I've also got my Amazon Echo down there. I mostly use it to like set timers while I'm working and play background music. For example, I'll do like 20-minute sprints when I'm writing, and so I'll just ask Echo to set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Thanks, Echo. And yes, you can rename your Alexa Echo if you'd like. Unfortunately, you can't name it something like Nigel or Winston, but Echo will have to do. I've also got this little desk caddy from a company called Most Modest. A friend, I think, tagged me in one of their posts on Instagram, and I was like, this seems like a match made in heaven. So I ended up talking to them, and they sent over this desk caddy, which I don't keep on the desk, but I keep it down here, and I kind of use it to store everything that I would keep in like a cabinet or a desk drawer, because this desk doesn't have any storage in it. I really like the aesthetic of it. It just looks kind of nice, and the build quality is really nice. They also sent over this little shelf that I mounted in my entryway, and I just use it for like my wallet and sunglasses and bracelet and keys and stuff like that. Very cool little brand, so if you want to check them out, I will link to Most Modest down below in the description. I keep this cheap rug under the desk, and that's just so I have something kind of soft to stand on, since I do stand for most of the day, usually in bare feet or socks. I thought about getting one of those like pads made specifically for a standing desk that has all the little mounds and ridges, but for now this rug is doing the trick. And that's it. That's my simple, kind of minimal, just functional desk setup that I use to run my digital media operation. I will link to everything that I can, everything that's in stock. I'll link to down below in the description. If you have any questions about any of this gear, let me know down in the comments and I'll try my best to answer. Thank you as always for watching, and until next time, stay stylish.